Hello there, fellow weekend lovers, and welcome back to Taekwondo Step by Step. I'm Andrew. So tell me, what are you guys going to do this weekend? After the show, of course. Settle down to some cool cooking? I hope so, because it's so good. You know, out of all the things that I think I like to throw into cooking, the thing that I like the most is garlic. It's just so good. You can put it in just about everything. In your Korean dishes, you can put it in your spaghetti pasta dishes, you can put it on so many things. And the thing is, it's so good for you. It helps your body to control its heat tolerance, etc. It's got vitamins, it's got iron, it's got calcium. I mean, what hasn't it got? That's the thing. But remember, if you're not really used to it, don't stick a whole lot in it. Otherwise, it can kind of upset your tummy and you can get a little bit of gas. Anyway, let's get right now into our demonstration of 태극8장, shall we?
Okay, I'll begin explaining about the first two moves that you've just seen. Listen and watch carefully. First of all, you balance your right foot by going into the dwitkubi stance. At the same time, you spin your fist, top facing up, around like this. As for your left hand, you wind up with the top of the fist facing down. You wind that up from your navel to your right shoulder. Winding up both arms, you take a step forward like this in order to go into the dwitkubi. And as you set your foot down, you go into the blocking form by extending your arms forward. The left fist makes a bakkat makki, and the right fist guards your sternum. Now the right arm's wrist should be parallel with your sternum, and you shouldn't attach it close together. For the next step, you take a half step forward on your left leg. It should be straight and not shifted to the side. Now the form will automatically change to an apkubi, and the right leg should be straightened, right? Now from here, a lot of people make the mistake of winding their right fist for the punch, but that's not right. What you need to do is to punch immediately after the blocking, like this. Like this. To review what we learned last time, we left off here, the Momtong baro jireugi. Now the opponent is likely to back off to avoid the attack. So the logic for the next move is to make a follow-up attack. One application would be to kick from the standing position, while blocking possible counterattacks with your hand. But in the formal sequence, we'll be doing a Dubal dangsang ap-chagi, where you kick the body and then the face of the opponent. The skill requires swift movement and perfect timing. You need to practice hard to get it right. Now, as you set your foot down, the opponent might try an attack again. What you do is the 왼앞굽이, Momtong makki, like this. Alright, the last two moves are the ones we'll be practicing for today. But first, in the previous session, we blocked the opponent's punch with a block like this. You can't stay like this for long, right? So what you do is to drag his arm away, like this, while winding up for a punch. The punches are done consecutively, like this. Of course, if the opponent is not a beginner, he would block the attacks with his arms. Nevertheless, as we are so close together, it'll be hard for him to follow up with kicks. What you can do next is to do a jireugi while taking a step forward. This will give maximum impact on your opponent. What's more, he wouldn't be able to counter your move with a ap-chagi either. And you make the consecutive punch like this.
Remember that with anything you do, you have to make sure that your form is exactly right. I hope you've been doing that so far. Now, as we go through the last few things for today, this week's lesson, make sure you think about your form, get it all exactly right, shall we?
Alright, now I'll explain the 2 new moves for today. Last time, we stopped with the Momtong bandae jireugi. Then, let's make believe that an opponent will come for me from the side. You can either move back or to the front to avoid the attack. But we'll try a bolder move by doing the makki. The key is the stance. You pivot on your right leg and spin around. Now, to do the blocking, you wind up the left fist from your right shoulder, right here. Your right hand, meanwhile, is wound up from your left elbow. Now with force, you spread your right arm like this. One thing to remember is that you're blocking with the inner part of your wrist. Another point is to have your shoulder in a right angle. Now for the left arm, you slant it down along your left leg. If the defense was effective, the opponent's kicking leg would have dropped to the ground, right? At that moment, you grab the opponent's hair with the left hand and pull him towards you. You shouldn't drag him with only your strength. The key is to use the momentum and catch him off balance. Then you follow up with a punch on his chin, which looks like this. Up front, it looks like this. Alright, it's time to purify your minds and bodies with a 품새 training. Watch and follow along, everyone.
헤이와! 경기! 준비! 품새 대우 팔자! 구경에 맞춰
Okay, I'll explain the 2 moves we'll be practicing for today. In the previous session, we stopped in this form, the 오른손 당겨 턱치기 in the 왼앞굽이 stance. Now, picking up from here, let's say the opponent is coming from behind me, dashing towards me. You'll have to change your stance in order to prevent an attack. So what you do is to close the gap by doing a 꼬아서기. And then do the corresponding move of the makki we learned. You spread your right leg forward and bring your hands to this form. You make the wind-up like this. Making a big arc to enhance the momentum of your arms. You do it like this. You wouldn't have forgotten that the arm should be in a right angle, right? And don't make the mistake of tilting your wrist like this either. And then, for the 당겨 턱 지르기, don't exert strength to pull the opponent towards you, or else you'll find yourself straining your shoulders. So what you do is to take a deep breath and relying on the central force in your stomach, you grab the opponent towards you. You pull him towards you, and winding up, you can punch his chin like this. It looks like this.
Now, if you're like me and you enjoy cooking with garlic, or if you like other things like that smell a little bit, things like kimchi or other stuff like that, and you put them in your fridge, and your fridge you end up opening it and you go, oh, because it smells so bad, then I have a few tricks up my sleeve for you. Because I'm Andrew and I love to help you any way I can, I'll let you in on a secret. What you do is when you're cleaning out your fridge, it's good if you can get some lemon and you squeeze it onto your cloth or whatever, and wipe it around in the fridge with that as well. Or if you haven't got any lemon, you can use mandarin or something like that, some of the citrus variety. But lemon is probably the coolest. Remember to do that while you're cleaning it out. And also, you can put some flour in your fridge to help absorb the smells while you're not cleaning it out. But the most important thing is clean it. Anyway, while you guys are cleaning out your fridge, I'm going to kick back and relax this weekend. I'll catch you all next Monday.